Good evening, all of you. Good evening, all of you. So today we have this webinar on learning to use moving averages to identify the trends. So we'll shortly start this webinar in 2-3 minutes. We are waiting for a few more users to join in. So please hold on. Okay, good evening, all of you participants. So we'll start this webinar without any further delay. So I have a question to all of you. Shall we do this webinar in Hindi language or English language? Okay, so we shall do this webinar in English and Hindi both so that everyone understands. तो हम लोग इंग्लिश और हिंदी दोनों में करेंगे so that सबको समझ में आए ये चीज because we have a mixed crowd out here. So इस webinar में we will see how like what is the moving averages that we should choose. Okay, कौन सा moving averages हमें choose करना चाहिए. Now अगर हम moving averages की बात करते हैं तो उसमें आता है EMA moving average, SMA moving average, weighted moving average. So इतने सारे moving averages हैं. There are different kind of moving averages. But which one to use? We always have this question कि कौन सा moving average use करना चाहिए? SMA better है कि EMA better है कि W weighted moving average better है? And there are some other moving averages also. So what I will do, I will do some, I will throw some light on these averages, how they are calculated, and then we will come to know by ourselves ki which moving averages should we use. Okay. So हम लोग we will do analysis of three moving averages. One is simple moving average, the other one is exponential moving average, and the third one is weighted moving average. Okay, so these are the three moving averages that we will do some analysis on. अभी ये सामने मेरे Reliance Industries का चार्ट लगा हुआ है. I have this Reliance Industries chart in front of me. Let me pull out the closing prices of Reliance Industries from here. I'm using a different software. Probably you will not get access to all this in the application that you are using. but you know, I'm showing you some practical thing. Let me pull out the history of Reliance, or I will take last 100 days daily data of Reliance Industries out here. Okay, so यहाँ पर I have 93 records. So let me export this file. So I'm exporting this file here. Okay, so I have Reliance Industries का closing prices right from 1st Feb 2020 till date. Okay, ये 2000 फरवरी 1 2020 से लेके अभी तक का 19/6 आज तक का मेरे पास क्लोजिंग प्राइस का डेटा यहाँ पर है। ऑलराइट, अभी हम लोग सबसे पहले कैलकुलेट करेंगे एसएमए। नाउ व्हाट इज एसएमए? मैं एक स्कूल के क्लास का एग्जांपल अगर लूं, इफ आई एम टेकिंग एन एग्जांपल ऑफ स्कूल क्लास, if the principal comes and me being the sir of that class ask me what is the average height of the students in this class, तो हम क्या करेंगे एवरेज हाइट निकालने के लिए क्लास की? वी विल मेजर द हाइट ऑफ ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स हु आर देयर इन द क्लास। हम लोग सारे बच्चों का हाइट मेजर करेंगे, उसको हम लोग ऐड करेंगे, वी विल सम अप ऑल दोज heights, and then we will divide it by the number of students that I have in the class. That is how I will get the average height of that class, correct? Similarly, यहाँ पर अगर मैं बोलता हूँ कि मेरे को 5 days का एवरेज लेना है, I want to see 5 days closing price average of Reliance, then how do you do that? You simply add 5 closing prices and divide it by 5, right? So this is like SMA 5. तो हम क्या करेंगे, 5 दिन का क्लोजिंग लेंगे, उसको उसको सम करेंगे 5 दिन के क्लोजिंग को। सिंपल, ये प्लस प्लस, तो हर 5 दिन का क्लोजिंग प्राइस हम लोग प्लस कर रहे हैं। ओके, और उसको हम लोग 5 से डिवाइड कर देंगे, विल डिवाइड दैट नंबर बाय 5। ओके, ओके, सो यहाँ पर हमने 5 डेज का एवरेज कैलकुलेट किया है, राइट? सो दिस इज लाइक सिंपल moving average. Yes, this session is getting recorded. You all will get the recording of this. So ये SMA 5 का। Similarly, मैं यही formula next columns में copy कर लेता हूँ, so that automatically the average appears. Okay, तो नीचे से लेके यहाँ, okay. तो अभी मेरे पास ये averages आ गया है। So this is SMA 5 average on Reliance closing prices. Okay. अभी अगर मुझे EMA निकालना है, so I hope you all have understood how we calculate SMA and how it is getting calculated here. Now if you want to calculate EMA 5, EMA is nothing but it is the exponential moving average. Okay, exponential moving average में क्या होता है कि current closing price को ज्यादा weightage मिलता है, ज्यादा वेटेज मिलने के वजह से उस मूविंग एवरेज का रिएक्शन जो है वो थोड़ा फास्ट होता है। ओके, इन एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज we give more weightage to the recent close price to calculate that average. Due to that, it reacts faster than your SMA moving average. Okay, you all will come to know when I start calculating it. Now, what is the formula for EMA 5? What is the formula of EMA? EMA formula is you take current price and you subtract it with the previous EMA value. Okay, I'm just writing the formula and then I will calculate it. Okay, you subtract it with the previous EMA value, and then there is a multiplier. There is a multiplier which I'll tell you what it is. You multiply this value with the multiplier, and then you add this value with the previous EMA. Okay, so this is the formula for calculating EMA values on the closing prices. All right. Now, what is multiply here? Multiplier is 2 divided by the number of period that you select, that I'll select 1 plus n plus 1. Okay, so multiplier is calculated in this way: 2 divided by n plus 1. So if you are calculating EMA 5, then n becomes 5. If you are calculating EMA 10, then n becomes 10, right? So when I'm calculating EMA 5, my multiplier will be 2 divided by 5 plus 1. How much it is? This is 0.33. Okay, so it means 33% weightage will be given to the closing price where I am calculating the EMA. Okay, and rest everything will remain the same. So 33% more weightage will be given to the current close if I am calculating EMA 5. Now, if I am calculating EMA 10 out here, so this 5 will become 10, right? So when this 5 becomes 10, now it is 0.18. It means 18% of weightage will be given to the closing price where I am calculating EMA. So as and when you increase the number of EMA period to calculate, the weightage which is given to the current close keeps on reducing, right? So higher the period of EMA is, okay, the weightage will be given accordingly. So now I'm calculating EMA 5 out here. So let us calculate EMA 5. How will you do that? Equals to, so what is the current close? Current close is this, okay, 1439 minus previous EMA. Previous EMA I have not yet calculated. So what I will do, I will take the previous closing price itself. Okay, so current price minus previous EMA multiplied by the multiplier. What is the multiplier? 2 divided by 5 plus 1. So this is the multiplier. Okay, so this is current price minus previous EMA multiplied by the multiplier. Then you have to add it to the previous EMA. Add this to the previous EMA. Add this to the previous EMA. I don't have previous EMA, so I will take the previous closing price here and I'll say okay. All right. So 1433 is coming out to be the first EMA 5 average on the fifth data. Now I want to calculate it for the second data. I want to calculate it for the second. So now I have the previous EMA out here. So what I'll do, I'll copy the same thing. But here B7, B6 will become this one, this previous EMA multiplied by multiplier plus the previous EMA will be this. Okay, so now I have 1427. Okay, now I'll copy this to the rest of the cells. So this here I have EMA 5 now. So now you know how this EMA is getting calculated. Okay, so there is a multiplier effect. Okay, the multiply, because of the multiplier, it gives more weightage to the current close where it is getting calculated, and hence it reacts faster. I hope I am audible to everyone. Someone said there is no sound. Okay, right? So this is how the EMA 5 gets calculated. Okay, so I think EMA 5 भी आप लोगों को समझ में आ गया कि कैसे कैलकुलेट हो रहा है, ये उसका फॉर्मूला है. All right. Now let me show you how the WMA is getting calculated. WMA 5. Okay. WMA is weighted moving average. What it is? It is weighted moving average. Weighted moving average. In weighted moving average, it gives more weightage to the recent close and lesser weightage to the previous closes. Okay, it gives more weightage to the recent close and less weightage to the previous close. So here, if I want to calculate WMA5, I will have to take 5 close prices. So अगर मेरे को weighted moving average 5 बार का calculate करना है तो मुझे 5 closing prices लगेगा. तो 5 closing prices को अगर मेरे को 100% का weightage देना है सबको, जिसमें recent close को ज्यादा weightage रहेगा, तो मैं क्या करूंगा? Recent close को let's say 3.5 का weightage दूंगा. It means 3.5. Then to this I will give 3 weightage. To this I will give 2.5 weightage. To this I'll give 2, and to this I'll give 1.5. No, to this I'll give 3. To this I'll give 2.5. To this I'll give 2. Then I'll give 1.5 here, and then I'll give 1 here. Okay, so this goes as 10. So इसका मतलब 30% weightage इसको जाएगा, 25% weightage इसको जाएगा, 20% weightage इसको जाएगा, 15% weightage इसको जाएगा और 10% weightage इसको जाएगा. ये अगर 5 को हम लोग combine करेंगे, then it becomes 100%, right? So this is how a weightage is given to all the closes, wherein the recent close will have more weightage and previous one will keep on reducing the weightages, but the weightages that we take should accumulate to 100%. Okay, so now if you want to calculate WMA5 here, so how do we do that? Okay, I'll show you. It's like this. You take this close and multiply this by 1 divided 3 divided by 10, that is 30% weightage to the current close. Okay, so in WMA to the current close I am giving 30% weightage. All right, to the previous close, this one I'll give 25% weightage. So that is 2.5 divided by 10. And to the previous one, I will give 20% weightage. Then to the next one, I'll give 15% weightage to this. Plus, and to the last one, I'll give just 10% weightage. Okay, so now I have the average here. So this is how the weighted moving average is calculated, wherein I give more weightage to the recent close and lesser weightage to the previous closing prices. Okay, so now let me copy this and put it in the rest of the cells here. All right, so I have this WMA moving averages also here. Okay, so I now have SMA 5, weighted moving average and exponential moving average. So I hope everyone out here understood how are we calculating this different types of moving average. Okay, ऐसे करके ये calculate होता है अलग अलग moving average. There are other moving averages also like triangular moving averages, मतलब बहुत सारे हैं. वो एक एवरेजेस ही होते हैं, सिर्फ उनका कैलकुलेशन अलग अलग होता है और कुछ नहीं है। ओके, तो अभी इसके अंदर देखिए आप, जो SMA है, करंट क्लोज है 1439, द करंट क्लोज इज हाउ मच, इट इज 1439. What is SMA 5 1402, which is somewhere around 37 points below your closing price, correct? So SMA 5 is 37 points away from the current closing, whereas weighted moving average is only how much? Is 27 points away from the current closing, whereas EMA is just 6 points away from the closing price. Okay, right? EMA is only 6 points away from the closing price. Okay, let us look at the next cell here. When you look at the next cell, the current closing is 1415, SMA is 1412. Okay, तो ये बहुत नजदीक हो जाएगा, हम लोग थोड़ा सा लास्ट में देखते हैं, लास्ट में क्या है. Okay, so now here if you check, this is 1759, okay, and this is 1652. So there is a what is the gap between this? Okay, 106 points का gap है. Here what is the gap? 90 points का gap है, and here 93 points का gap है, right? तो ऐसे करके जब हम देखते हैं तो weighted moving average and exponential moving average comes very near to the closing prices, because उसके अंदर weighted का एक मल्टीप्लायर इफेक्ट होता है, वेटेड मल्टीप्लायर इफेक्ट होता है, जो करंट क्लोज को ज्यादा वेटेज देता है और इसके लिए वो क्लोजिंग प्राइस से थोड़ा सा चिपक चिपक के चलता है, राइट? So rather than using SMA, you should prefer using EMA or WMA, okay, exponential moving average or weighted moving average, okay. बट एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज में और वेटेड मूविंग एवरेज में भी आप अगर देखेंगे गौर से तो आपको दिखेगा कि एक्सपोनेंशियल मूविंग एवरेज जो है वो थोड़ा सा फास्ट रिएक्ट करता है एज कंपेयर टू weighted moving average, right? So that is why in this three kind of moving average, we advise people, trader, to use exponential moving average, not simple moving average or weighted moving average. Okay, now here I have taken EMA 5. Okay, if you can take EMA 10, EMA 20, EMA 30, you can take anything. The multiplier effect in weighted moving average and exponential moving average will remain the same, it will not change. Okay, so now let me show you these three moving averages by plotting them on the chart. एक एवरेज मैं ले लेता हूं, सिंपल मूविंग एवरेज, आई विल टेक 100 बार्स का. So this green line that I'm plotting on the chart is 100 bars moving average. Now I will plot same 100 bars moving average, but this will be exponential, and I will put this in red color. Okay, so this is exponential moving average. Then I will take weighted moving average. It is here. Same 100 bars weighted moving average. I will put this in white color. Okay. So ये तीन मूविंग एवरेज मैंने ड्रॉ किया है, ये तीनों 100 बार्स का मूविंग एवरेज है, ये तीनों 100 बार्स का मूविंग एवरेज है. Now see which one is moving faster, you will come to know. अभी ये तीनों मूविंग एवरेज में आप देखिए, ग्रीन वाला मूविंग एवरेज इज बिलो, इसका मतलब ये धीरे धीरे मूव हो रहा है, जैसे जैसे प्राइस ऊपर जाएगा वो धीरे धीरे ऊपर जाएगा. सबसे ऊपर रेड वाला लाइन है, रेड वाला लाइन इज EMA, EMA 100. तो EMA 100 जो है वो क्लोजिंग प्राइस का साथ दे रहा है और वो फास्ट चल रहा है व्हेन यू कंपेयर इट विथ इवन W वेटेड मूविंग एवरेज आल्सो. तो वेटेड मूविंग जहां पर, यहाँ पर देखिए प्राइस ने EMA को क्रॉस किया, राइट? प्राइस ने यहाँ पर EMA को क्रॉस किया, लेकिन इस पॉइंट पर भी आपका EMA जो है वो वेटेड मूविंग एवरेज के ऊपर है, ओके। और यहाँ पर सिंस SMA आपका लगार्ड है वो अभी तक ऊपर ही चल रहा है, लेकिन जब प्राइस नीचे आया तो EMA सबसे पहले नीचे आया, उसके बाद WMA नीचे आया, और उसके बाद सबसे ऊपर आपका SMA है। जब प्राइस ऊपर आया तो सबसे पहले EMA ऊपर आया, उसके बाद फिर WMA आया। ये SMA तो ऊपर ही चल रहा था क्योंकि ये अभी भी डाउनवर्ड ट्रेंड में ही दिखा रहा है। इसका स्लोप आप देखिए तो डाउनवर्ड ट्रेंड ही है, इसका स्लोप जाके यहाँ पर चेंज हुआ है, वेरएज EMA का स्लोप यहीं पर चेंज हो गया है। लेकिन EMA ने सबसे पहले इंडिकेशन दिया इवन विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू WMA ऑल्सो। यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक इस EMA का स्लोप चेंज हो गया और वो प्राइस के साथ ही चल रहा है। सो दैट इज व्हाई वी रेकमेंड टू यूज EMA rather than using SMA or WMA. Okay, so I hope now everyone is clear which moving averages you should be using. May it be 5, 10, 20, 50, whatever. Okay, right? Okay, तो now हम थोड़ा आगे बढ़ते हैं अभी. Now we'll move a little forward. Just give me some time. After what time frame exponential moving average are same as simple? Which moving average should be used when? Okay. So let me take all the questions because there are so many questions coming out to be. Let me first complete the topic, and once we are done, I will take all the questions one by one. So please don't write any questions as of now. Once I complete, from that time onwards, I will take all the questions. Okay. So as of now, you can just focus on what I'm teaching you all. Okay, so now you have understood कि कौन सा moving averages हमें use करना चाहिए. So we have to use exponential moving average. अभी मैंने चार्ट पे दो moving averages लगा के रखे हैं, exponential EMA 5 और EMA 20. EMA 5 क्यों लगाया है मैंने डेली चार्ट के ऊपर? क्योंकि EMA 5 एक वीक का एवरेज है, that is like 1 week average. Okay, so that is why I have plotted EMA 5. And why EMA 20? EMA 20 gives me at least a month's average. It gives me a month average. That is why I have plotted EMA 20. So I want to know if weekly average of EMA 5 goes above the monthly average, which is EMA 10, then I would assume that the trend has turned positive and I should be taking positive calls. Okay, but here if you look at the chart, Reliance chart here, EMA 5 crosses EMA 20 at this point. Okay, but the trend started beginning from this level, right? The trend started from this level. Now so EMA averages will always give you indication a little late. Okay, so averages are called lagging indicators. They are called lagging indicators because they give you signal late on the chart. After a move is done, after a little move is done, then it will give you a signal. Okay, so that is why we call this indicator as a lagging indicator, क्योंकि ये थोड़ा देर से आपको सिग्नल देता है, तो इसके लिए हम लोग इसको लैगिंग इंडिकेटर बोलते हैं. अभी इसी का एक दूसरा वेरिएशन है जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं MACD. MACD is what? Moving average convergence divergence. Moving average convergence divergence. Moving average convergence divergence एक ऐसा इंडिकेटर है जो ये दोनों का, जो दोनों एवरेज हमने चूज किया है, वो दोनों मूविंग एवरेज के बीच में डिफरेंस कितना है वो मेजर करता है. What it measures? It measures the difference between the two moving averages that we have taken. So अगर हमें ये सिग्नल नहीं चाहिए, अगर हमें ऐसा सिग्नल चाहिए कि जब ये दोनों मूविंग एवरेज का डिफरेंस कम होने लगे तब मुझे कोई सिग्नल मिले, तो उसके लिए आपको MACD प्लॉट करना पड़ेगा. So you know, as I said, that moving average is a lagging indicator. It will give you signal a little late after a little bit of trend is done. So if you want to use a little leading indicator as compared to moving average, then you can prefer using moving average convergence divergence, that is MACD. So MACD is an indicator which measures the difference between the two moving averages that you have chosen. So let me go ahead and plot MACD. MACD is this indicator. Now MACD will also take two moving averages. So on chart I have EMA 5 and EMA 20. So let me take this fast bars as EMA 5 and this slow bar as EMA 20. Okay, so this is exponential 5 and exponential 20 as same as the moving average that I have taken on my chart. And this is simple moving average of 9, so that is okay. So let me plot this indicator on the chart here. Okay, all right. So now down here you see MACD indicator. Moving average has given you a crossover at this point. So whenever there is a crossover in the moving average, the difference between those two moving averages will be 0, right? And if it is an upward crossover, it will start, the difference will start moving above 0. So the difference will be in positive. When there is a negative crossover here, okay, the difference will be 0, and on the downward move, the difference will be below 0. It will be negative. Okay, so now you see here, when the difference is 0, the MACD is crossing the 0 line. MACD, this green line, just focus on the green line that you have on MACD. So MACD is crossing this 0 line because the difference between EMA 5 and EMA 20 is 0. Now as and when the difference is moving upward, the MACD line is also moving above 0 level. Okay, here also it was a negative crossover. Here the difference should be 0. So here the green line came just below 0 and the difference is now negative. Okay, so this green line is the value of difference between EMA 5 and EMA 20. Understood? This green line that you have on MACD is the difference of the value between the EMA averages that we have chosen, that is EMA 5 and EMA 20. तो ये जो green line आप MACD में देख रहे हैं, वो green line EMA 5 और EMA 20 का डिफरेंस का वैल्यू है. ओके, तो जब डिफरेंस जब 0 रहता है मूविंग एवरेज के बीच में, तो ये 0 पर आके ऊपर जाने लगता है, और जब नीचे की तरफ क्रॉस ओवर होता है, जब डिफरेंस 0 रहता है, तो ये 0 से आके नीचे जाने लगता है. सो दिस इज अबाउट ग्रीन लाइन MACD. सो MACD हैज दिस ग्रीन लाइन. अब ये रेड लाइन क्या है? ओके, रेड लाइन है MACD का एवरेज. What is this green line on the price? This green line is nothing but it is the average of the closing prices, correct? It is the 5 EMA on the closing, 20 EMA on the closing. Similarly, here this red line is 9 SMA, 9 simple moving average of this MACD value. अगर आप इसका input देखें, so ये आपका EMA 5 average है, ये आपका EMA 20 average है, और ये एवरेज बार्स है which is 9 simple. So क्या ये रेड लाइन, this 9 is your red line. So this red line is 9 simple moving average of this MACD line. Okay, so now if you look at this MACD line here, this is a leading indicator when you compare it with moving average crossover. Moving average crossover is over here, but MACD crossover is over here. MACD ने अपने एवरेज को यहाँ पर काटा है. So if you want a little leading indicator rather using moving average, you should prefer using MACD. तो अगर आपको कुछ लीडिंग इंडिकेटर चाहिए जो थोड़ा जल्दी सिग्नल दिखाता है, तो आप मूविंग एवरेज क्रॉसओवर के बदले आप MACD का इंडिकेटर यूज कर सकते हैं, जिसमें थोड़ा जल्दी क्रॉसओवर बताता है. वो दिखाएगा कि आपको यहाँ से प्रोबेबल ट्रेंड ऊपर की तरफ चालू हो सकता है. ओके, सिमिलरली यहाँ पर जब ये क्रॉसओवर नीचे की तरफ होता है, जब एवरेज नीचे की तरफ क्रॉसओवर होता है, तो इसका मतलब मोमेंटम थोड़ा सा कम हो गया है, तो यहाँ पर एक बार आप निकल सकते हैं, राइट. फिर से जब पॉजिटिव क्रॉसओवर होता है, तो फिर से एक बार एंट्री हम ले सकते हैं. तो जो भी लीडिंग इंडिकेटर होता है, whichever is the leading indicator will give you more signals, whereas lagging indicator will give you less signals. Okay. लैगिंग इंडिकेटर एक ट्रेंड एस्टैब्लिश होने के बाद आपको सिग्नल देगा. द लैगिंग इंडिकेटर will give you signal only after the trend is established, but a leading indicator like MACD will give you an early signal. Okay, but it will give you some false signal also, because it gives you an early signal. वो early signal false भी हो सकता है. So the number of trades that you will get from a leading indicator is more than what you would get in a lagging indicator. So this thing you have to understand. Alright. So ये रहा आपका MACD. अच्छा, अभी ये MACD हमने देख लिया. अगर आपको कुछ MACD से भी जल्दी चाहिए, अभी अगर आपको MACD का लाइन का और उसके एवरेज का डिफरेंस निकाल के, अभी ये MACD क्या है, ग्रीन लाइन. This green line is the difference between these two moving averages that I have plotted. Now there is another indicator called MACD histogram, which measures the difference between the MACD line and the average line. तो उसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे, MACD histogram लेंगे. So it is more leading than the MACD. तो यहाँ पर भी हम सेम चीज लेंगे, EMA 5, EMA 20 and SMA 9, क्योंकि इसका डिफरेंस हमें चाहिए. Alright. So now if you look, तो यहाँ पर जब क्रॉसओवर होता है तो so the difference between your MACD and your average line is 0. तो ये जस्ट 0 के ऊपर आता है. यहाँ पर जब ये क्रॉसओवर नीचे हो रहा है तो ये भी देखो 0 के नीचे जा रहा है. अब जब 0 के नीचे जा रहा है तो ये जब MACD लाइन और एवरेज लाइन के बीच में डिफरेंस जब कम होता है, then it will become green. So this is an indication कि यहाँ से पॉसिबल ट्रेंड चेंज हो सकता है. ओके, यहाँ से पॉसिबल ट्रेंड चेंज हो सकता है. ओके, फिर 0 के ऊपर आ गया तो MACD ने तो आपको सिग्नल दे ही दिया. So this MACD histogram is more leading indicator as compared to your MACD indicator. So this you should know. Now here agar if I want to choose between moving averages, MACD and MACD histogram, which one would you choose? Okay, it will all depend on the kind of trader you are. Okay, if you are a short-term trader where you want to take a position for 3 to 4 months, then you should prefer using moving averages. And if you are a trader where you want to hold your trade for 15 days to 1 month, then you can prefer using MACD indicator. And if you are a trader where you are looking for a trade for just 3 to 4 days or 5 days, then you can look at MACD histogram. But you have to remember, the lower your trade is, the more signals you will get, right? So if you are if you are trying to identify signals with MACD histogram, you will get more signals. Okay, so with all the signals, you have to have your risk management in place, wherein you're placing your stop losses, your target levels properly. Okay, so let me go ahead with the moving average. So this was just an example to show you uh, the uh, uh, the moving average indicator, how it can be boiled down further to give you an early signals. All right. So now let me go ahead with just moving average. So here you see EMA 5 and EMA 20. So when you have this EMA 5 and EMA 20, as soon as EMA 5 crosses EMA 20 level, that is the time when you should be looking to buy that stock. Okay. Along with that, you can also use RSI. Along with that, you can use RSI. RSI is nothing but it is a relative strength index. So I will be looking to calculate RSI on 14 closing prices. So let me plot this on chart. Okay, So when EMA 5 crosses above EMA 20, at that time, if you have your RSI to be above 60 level, when RSI is above 60 level at that point, you can look for an entry onto a long side. Okay. So if you look here, average has crossed. On the right hand side, there is a data window which is showing me a value of RSI as well as a moving average. So if you look here, the averages have crossed, but RSI is not above 60 yet. It is at 54 level. So let me go further upward, go further on the right on the right still. Okay. Now, if you look here, this is the point where your EMA 5 and EMA 20 is still positive and RSI also has crossed 60 level. So this is the point where you should be looking to buy. Okay. So if you buy here, you should hold on your trade unless and until EMA cuts EMA 20 down or up till RSI stays above 40 level. Okay, so there are two exit criteria. Exit criteria is either your EMA 5 should cut EMA 20 downwards or your RSI should go below 40 level. So if either of the exit criteria is met after you have taken a long position, you should exit your trade. Alright, so मैं ये फिर से रिपीट करता हूँ. सबसे पहले आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि EMA 5 EMA 20 को कहाँ क्रॉसओवर हो रहा है. तो जहां क्रॉसओवर हुआ उस पॉइंट से आपको अलर्ट हो जाना चाहिए कि अब मुझे इसके अंदर कॉल बनाना है. देयर आर सो मेनी टाइम्स दैट इट हैपेंस कि मूविंग एवरेज क्रॉसओवर हुआ, उसके बाद 3-4 बार के बाद फिर से वो नीचे की तरफ क्रॉसओवर कर देता है, फिर 3-4 बार के बाद फिर ऊपर की तरफ क्रॉसओवर कर देता है. जैसे कि आप इस पॉइंट पे देखिए, इस पॉइंट पे क्या हुआ, इस पॉइंट पे ऊपर गया, एवरेज ऊपर गया लेकिन फिर नीचे आ गया. तो अगर आप इस पॉइंट पे ही कॉल ले लेंगे तो ये ट्रेड आपका लॉस हो जाएगा. तो ये थोड़ा सा ट्रेड बचाने के लिए मैंने एक RSI का फिल्टर लगा दिया है इसके अंदर. तो इसमें क्या बोल रहा हूं कि आप देख लो कि EMA 520 को कब क्रॉसओवर करता है, उसके बाद जब ट्रेंड पॉजिटिव है आप RSI का वैल्यू भी देखिए. RSI का वैल्यू जब 60 के ऊपर जाता है देन यू एंटर इनटू अ लॉन्ग ट्रेड. ये हो सकता है कि जब तक RSI 60 के ऊपर नहीं जाता है तब तक ये मूविंग एवरेज ऊपर नीचे करके आपको 3-4 बार ट्रेड दे देगा और RSI मतलब कुछ स्ट्रेंथ नहीं है स्टॉक में तो आपको काफी लॉस भी हो जाएगा उसके अंदर. दैट इज व्हाई हियर वी आर यूजिंग टू इंडिकेटर्स for confirmation. One is your moving averages should be positive and the other is RSI should be above 60 level. So here you would entry and you are still holding on your long position in Reliance because neither RSI has gone below 40 nor your averages have gone down. Okay, short moving average ने अभी तक रेड मीडियम टर्म मूविंग एवरेज को नीचे कट नहीं किया है, तो अभी तक आप रिलायंस को होल्ड कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, सो दिस इज लाइक बाय एंड होल्ड स्ट्रेटजी. तो आप इस तरीके से मूविंग एवरेज को यूज करके इसमें काम कर सकते हैं. ऑलराइट, अच्छा ये चीज तो मैंने आपको डेली पर बताया. ये आप इंट्राडे में भी यूज कर सकते हैं. इंट्राडे में आपको कम से कम 15 मिनट्स का टाइम फ्रेम यूज करना पड़ेगा. ओके, यू हैव टू यूज इंट्राडे 15 मिनट्स टाइम फ्रेम. 15 मिनट्स के टाइम फ्रेम पे आप सेम मूविंग एवरेज लगाइए 5 और 20 का और RSI का इंडिकेटर लगा दीजिए, सेम इनपुट. ओके, सो if EMA 5 is above EMA 20 during that time, अगर RSI आपका 60 के ऊपर जाता है you buy and you have the same exit criteria कि जब EMA 5 20 के नीचे आ जाए तब आप exit कर दो